The member from Lambton-Kent-Middlesex.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I am truly honoured to have the opportunity to pay tribute to former member Elizabeth Joan Smith, an extraordinarily smart and generous woman who is dedicated to public service. And since I knew I was doing the tribute today, I made sure that I wore my red tie for the Smith family this morning. First off, I want to welcome the family. I want to first start by welcoming the family of Elizabeth Joan Smith to Queen's Park today. It has been a real pleasure reaching out to family and friends of former MPP Smith and to hear so many wonderful stories about her life and legacy. Joan, as she was always known, was a dedicated volunteer, politician, wife, mother of 7, and grandmother of 22 very proud grandchildren. Having had this occasion to look into all that she accomplished and contributed, I was simply amazed. This was a woman who kept up an incredible pace throughout her life and truly gave her all to both her family and her community. Growing up in southwestern Ontario, I personally recall Joan's time in office. She was well-known, well-liked, and a famous hometown politician. Always on the move, her red running shoes were a local legend. I believe her first campaign slogan was, "Run, Joan, run." Joan graduated from the University of Toronto with a BA in philosophy and English, and it was during her time at U of T that she met and married the love of her life, Don Smith, a civil engineering student. Together, they would raise a family of 7 wonderful children, 5 boys and 2 girls, which is a pretty incredible accomplishment in and of itself. Don Smith is well known across the province and beyond as one of the founders of Ellis Don Construction, which is a great Ontario success story. With Ellis Don, the Smith family built one of Canada's greatest companies, which continues to create jobs in London and throughout the country while building some of our most iconic infrastructure. And as Joan and Don grew the business and raised their children, she was also busy serving the community. She was a great community leader from a young age. She was head of the household campaign of the London United Way and the founding president of Madame Vanier Children's Services. During that time, she was also an active member with many other excellent organizations, including the London Diocese Catholic Charities Board, Family and Children's Services of London and Middlesex, and the London Housing Authority, just to name a few. And these weren't once-a-week type of commitments. This was Joan's vocation. As her children grew up, she had no intention of slowing down. She turned her passion for service into a pursuit of elected office. In 1976, she ran and won the seat of alderman with London City Council for Ward 2. She worked in that capacity until 1982, when she became controller on council. In 1985, she made the decision to move to provincial politics. I understand that in her first campaign, her election signs had the big name Joan Smith, and you could hardly see the Liberal Party name on the sign. London, of course, in those early 1980s was a bastion of conservatism. But Joan was so popular in her own right that she managed to unseat an incumbent minister who set a provincial record for campaign spending. During her time at Queen's Park from 1985 until 1990, she served as government whip and deputy house leader. She was a member of the Board of Internal Economy and was appointed the Solicitor General. She was the first woman to ever hold that title in Ontario. When she left public office, she continued to work hard for causes she believed in and was a mentor to many who are now carrying on her legacy of service, including former PC Cabinet Minister Diane Cunningham, who had the opportunity to talk to you about the legacy of Joan Smith. Joan Smith and her family have been pillars of the community in London from the 1950s to this very day, giving generously of their time and resources to support more worthy causes than I have time to mention here this morning. The benefits of Joan's drive, intelligence, and tenacity are still felt by many institutions and organizations in London and area today. Political life and public service are very demanding, and I want to thank Joan's family for sharing her and allowing us all to benefit from her energy and talents. She set out with strong values and a determination to do good in the world, and she accomplished incredible things. Her example has and will continue to inspire many of us. It reminds me of why I'm here, and I know her legacy as a trailblazer and tireless advocate will one day inspire my daughter and all women across the province of Ontario. Thank you again to the Smith family. Thank you for sharing Joan with all of us in the province of Ontario. Thank you.